This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. I have been watching anime.
Ooh.
Surprise!
Plot twist. I have too.
We've probably been watching the same one.
We've both been watching Witch Hat,
Been
I
watching
assume.
some Witch Hat, which I
Yeah.
quite like. I was gonna watch Yu Yu Hakusho, but they don't have it on Netflix anymore.
No.
And I don't want to look for
anything but that. Yu Yu Hakusho's fun. Yeah, Witch Hat Atelier is. I always pronounce the R. It's not.
It's not. It's
It's
French.
not. I know. Which
It's
I always.
Atelier.
You know what? The French. Witch Hat Atelier is a good show.
Witch Hat Shop.
Yeah. It's good. It's very nice.
Yes, I quite like it. Do you want some news? They've got news this time.
Oh yeah, I can see what's on your
You
screen.
you can see him. Tekken has announced their Season 3 DLC selection, which includes some old favorites returning, and also new guest character, Yujiro Hanma.
He's so scary.
The only member of the current Tekken cast to have had non-consensual sex with Donald Trump.
Wait, hold on, what? Give me a minute. Hold on, wait.
No,
I've heard about this before, but I don't remember the context.
I'm not going to explain that. So yeah, he's in there. I don't know if they've shown him yet, because I think they were just using footage from the manga. They were just using illustrations. But Joey said that it could be the 3D model. I think that would be wild, given what the rest of Tekken looks like.
That's true, but they do have the ability to make 3D models kind of look like that, so who knows?
I mean, when Akuma was in there, they just made him look like a Tekken character.
We'll find out at some point.
But yeah, here's hoping his super or critical art or whatever the fuck it is in Tekken involves the invisible miso soup. Okay, here's the sandwich. Because that was good news, I guess. The creator of Gachiakuta and an associated graffiti artist have just been bullied off of Twitter.
Heard about that. What? Why?
They were chased off of Twitter by insane fans, basically.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, she reposted a viral video, and this led to people calling her racist. Because anime fans have no rights.
I can't.
And they are horrible.
We have to stop. We've got to stop.
We aren't doing anything.
I know. We need to start bullying.
The only way we can stop them is with guns.
Yeah, we're gonna bully them with guns.
And finally, as part of the good news part of this sandwich, the voice actor for Nanami Kento from Jujutsu Kaisen has opened up the first unauthorized AI voice cloning lawsuit, suing over 188 unauthorized videos.
Delightful. Fantastic. We love to see it. Let's go, Nanami.
Let's go, Nanami. Punching in for overtime. That is the news.
That was a hearty segment of news.
That was some news.
Yeah. I have been tasked with picking our anime today. And
it's been a while.
It's been a bit. I have something that's been on my watch list for a hot minute, so I thought maybe we could crack into you want to watch Banana Fish?
Banana Fish. Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's do it.
The only thing I know about it is that it's gay as hell.
Yes, I've heard this as well.
All right, so what do you think this is an allegory for? Because I shit you not, this guy's real name is Aslan Jade Colin Reese.
The man's name is
The
Aslan.
man's name is Aslan Jade Cullen Reese.
You know, it could be it's possible that it's pronounced Ashlan because he does shorten it to
There is
Ash.
there is no H in this.
Yeah, but like I think it's like Irish names. Sometimes the AS just becomes an ASH sound.
I don't know about that.
I've seen something
I don't know
similar
about
before.
that.
I'm just saying. Anyhow, his name is Aslan. He does go by Ash Lynx, which isn't much better.
Which is funny in like a different way.
Anyhow, gangsters.
I'm gonna read this blurb now because this is how I found out. Aslan Jade Cullen Reese, also known as Ash Lynx, was a runaway picked off the streets of New York City and raised by the infamous godfather of the mafia, Dino Golzine. Now 17 years old and the boss of his own gang, Ash begins investigating the mysterious banana fish, the same two words his older brother, Griffin, has muttered since his return from the Iraq War. However, his inquiries are hindered when Dino sends his men after Ash at an underground bar he uses as a hideout. That's actually just kind of not true. At the bar, Skip, Ash's friend, introduces him to Shunichi Ibe and his assistant, Eiji Okamura, who are Japanese photographers reporting on American street gangs. However, their conversation is interrupted when Shorter Wong, one of Ash's allies, calls to warn him about Dino. Soon, Dino's men storm the bar and, in the ensuing chaos, kidnap Skip and Eiji. Now Ash must find a way to rescue him and continue his investigation into banana fish. But will his history with the mafia prevent him from succeeding?
This show really does have some of the names of all
It's
time.
got some
His older
names.
brother is named Griffin,
His other
for one
name
thing.
is named Griff, presumably Griff Calarise.
Yeah.
Calanrise.
Uh, he's got he's got a little friend named Skip. He's
Got
got a
named
friend
Skip.
named
He's
Shorter.
got a little friend named Smokey.
Anyhow,
So so yeah, we open in the good old 9/11 war.
yeah, that's where we start. They
We're
don't
going to
explicitly say
Iraq.
it in the show, do they?
Yeah, they
But
do.
do they?
Yeah, just like they just don't say it in the opening scene. You're supposed to kind of
Well,
infer it.
yeah, you can catch it from the context clues.
But yeah, a group of GIs are hanging out around a fire in the ruins of presumably like Fallujah or somewhere. And they're just hanging around bullshitting until one of them notices that one of their party is absent. And just goes, "Hey, where's Griff?" And Griff comes back in through one of the doorless door frames in this building, and they continue talking.
Yeah, we're gossiping about the drug that killed Billy or
The drug
whatever.
that killed Billy didn't deserve that. Uh, and as they're gossiping, Griff calmly walks over to the wall and he picks up an M16 and he charges it. At which point the original guy takes note. Because Griff is about to go full shithouse crazy, firing on everybody in the room with it. Uh, and he succeeds. He kills most of them, except for the original guy who noticed that he was missing and a black guy who pulls him into cover. Uh, they shoot him in the leg, uh, at which point he drops the rifle and they approach him, uh, fully ready to kill him. Uh, but the original guy who was speaking uh, does stop them and say, "Griffin, do you know who I am? It's your buddy. It's his buddy, like what, Dick or whatever it was."
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
And all Griffin can say is banana fish.
That's the name of the show,
And that's
folks.
the name of the show. It's Banana Fish. Uh, Skipping forward in time about, I would say, 15 years, maybe. I believe this aired in 2018. So uh, we join a young blonde twink Ashlings.
It's our good
I'm not
friend.
throwing this word around lightly.
They knew what they were doing when they designed him.
No, I believe textually that's what he is as well.
Well, yeah.
um,
You're not wrong.
but we join him strolling, walking through the back alleys of New York, good old New York. Whenever he encounters just a crime occurring, a man crawling down the alley, uh, begging for help, and he he runs up to him. He says, "Hey, are you going to be okay, buddy?" And he sees a gunshot wound in his back, and he goes, "Huh, I guess not." And the guy like takes it well because his mind is focused on the prize. He's just like, what is it? It's like 42 West Hollywood,
Yeah, he says the location
and presses an object into this guy's hand, into Ash's hand, and his last words are "banana fish."
ooh, it's the same
It's the
thing.
banana fish. Um, at which point he is pursued by the two guys who presumably did this to him, and we find out that those guys actually work for Ash, but Ash was not aware that they were doing this, leading to our central mystery, pretty much, which is what the hell is banana fish, and why were these guys uh, told to murder this guy?
So now he has to go talk to Crime Dad.
He can't resolve the situation immediately because the police show up. So he's just like,
Mm.
"Get out of here! I'll talk to Dino," because they reveal that Dino, quote unquote, made them do it. So he decides to go see like mafia underboss Dino Golzine or whatever he is. They don't really go into it.
They don't. They might go into
At
more
like nine
later.
in the
Who
morning the
knows?
next day. Uh, and has a conversation with presumably his chief of security.
This this
This
scene
fucking
took
guy,
me the
this
fuck
scene
out.
is crazy. Uh, we can't. There's a guy named Kane Blood in this show. I've just seen him in the characters
Keeping
list.
it up with the names.
Hell yeah! There's a character named Bones. Oh, it's Marvin. This guy's name is Marvin.
Yeah,
Marvin is
Marvin
a
is the
piece
security
of
guy.
shit.
He sucks. He sucks real bad.
So yeah, Marvin hassles him about going to see the boss, and Ash does just brush him off because he's above it at this point. But Marvin gets in a few digs at him, like, "Hey, how come you don't do those videos anymore? I was a big fan," and he just straight up hits him with the slur.
He hits him with the F slur, and it's really shocking. He's like,
He's just like,
"What'd you call
he's just like, gay.
me?"
He's like half offended at it, but he clearly like is kind of.
Uh-huh.
They're kind of both that way.
Yeah.
Um,
A couple of other I think another character says the same thing about him later. So like, I think it's
Shorter Wong just refers to him as dangerous and gay, which is
yes,
funny as. Anyway, he's not like a particularly handsome man, and he's clearly evil.
yes. He's kind of what you would expect from a security guy.
um, but yeah, after that that unpleasant exchange, he goes in to see uh Golzina. He goes in to see Dino, uh, and they have a discussion about current events. Ash is displeased that he's gone behind his back with his guys and gotten them to fucking kill somebody, which is interesting given his behavior later in the show. He seems genuinely upset. But Dino explains that like this guy was not actually even in the organization. He's just a rat, an outsider rat. So that's why they had him do it. And he's also a little touchy with it.
Yeah, and like doing like pet names, and it's a
He
little
says, "I know I love you, sweetheart."
yeah. It's well.
Ash is a 17-year-old boy.
Right. And like
Mr. Golzine appears to be in his late 40s at the very least.
yeah, no, it's sketchy. It's very
It's
sketchy.
very unpleasant, the implications of the scene. Uh, but yeah. Uh, so he leaves. He has another exchange with Marvin on the way out.
Yeah, I don't remember what he says to him,
Um, but he heads out to
he's gonna go
see
visit
some other people. He
Skip. I think he goes and sees Skip directly after that.
Does he go back to his room,
I think
or
so.
is it the scene on the sidewalk where he's talking to Wong?
Yeah, it might be that. The thing about this show is this first episode, they're kind of setting up a lot of stuff. So they kind of jump around
They
between
jump around
scenes a lot.
a little bit. It's not too disorienting, but it's a little difficult to talk about.
Yes. And
Um,
also like the pacing is kind of quick. So like a lot it happens in this first episode, which I'm not mad about. Again, it does just make it a little harder to talk about, so.
I think initially he does go to see Wong uh, because they're talking for a moment. Wong is a hilarious character. His name is Shorter Wong, and he has a purple mohawk.
He kind of
He
rules.
kind of rules. He's got he's got a cool motorcycle, and they have a conversation about like the uh the current situation because he's clearly a confidant, and he's just like, you got to watch out for Marvin. He's more dangerous than you think, and also gay. And
Yeah.
Ash looks at him like, of course he's gay. But after that, yeah, he goes home to his really humble room. He lives in like a cement like crypt, basically.
Yeah, it's like a sort of
I
is it
suspect
studio like a studio sort of
it's not an
situation?
apartment.
It's not even an apartment, it's just a room.
He is sleeping in a non-zoned for habitation building. I presume it's in the back. Maybe it's in the back of the bar. But
Oh yeah, maybe.
yeah, it's a extremely humble circumstances for like a crime boss, which he basically is. He's running street gangs. Uh, and yeah, he has a conversation with Skipper, who is Smokey from JoJo's
He is
Bizarre Adventure
Smokey.
2.
It's the same
It's the
character.
same
It's
character.
the same small child.
Um, and yeah, what do they talk about? I know they end up talking about the Japanese guys.
I think that's mostly
Is
it.
that's mostly it?
He's
Is
like,
that
"Yeah, those guys are coming over."
it's just like those guys are going to come over, and he's just like, I thought I said I didn't want to do that, and he's just like, well,
Well, they're here.
at least now the cops will owe you one.
Yeah.
So Ash has his fingers in a great many pies, and he takes a moment to ponder about the thing that was handed to him because it's a little chain with what looks like a tiny bullet on the end of it. Uh, and he's messing with it. He actually pulls the end of it off, and there's a tiny little vial full of white substance in there. And he goes, "Huh, that's strange." So he swings around to a friend of his, a back alley doctor, um, to pick up some undisclosed medication. Uh, this is also there was a scene. I'm not sure exactly where it fits in, where he actually steps into the other room of his little habitation uh, to to talk to a man in a wheelchair
Oh yeah, because his brother
because
is there.
is this banana fish? Is this what did this to you? And as we pan up, we see it's the guy from Iraq. It's the guy from earlier. It's Griff, um,
I
who's
think that must have happened right after he opened the capsule.
yeah, he's clearly he's clearly disabled, catatonic. The only thing he says is banana fish. So yeah, whenever he goes to see this doctor friend of his, uh, the guy says, the medicine's on the table. Just leave your money there. And he's just like, who are you taking care of anyway? He's just like, that's none of your business. It's like, okay. He's just like, I have a job for you though. Just like, and he hands him this folded up piece of paper. It's like, I want you to figure out what this is, and it's the white powder from the banana fish vial. And he just said, and the guy's just like, well, it doesn't look like heroin. You'll have to give me a minute. What happens immediately after this?
I think what happens next is we cut over to Dino. And he's talking with the other blonde guy that's gonna be, I think, antagonistic.
Oh, Dino never directly talks to that guy, but he talks to Marvin all the time, and then Marvin talks to that guy.
That might be what it is.
So,
And they're talking about something is missing.
they're talking, and Dino is at. I remember this. Dino's in his garden actually. He's doing hothouse orchids, in his greenhouse, and a guy bursts in and he just says, "Hey, mind the doors. You might disturb my orchids." And he's just like, "Fuck your orchids, dude! It's gone."
Yeah.
And Dino's just like, "Huh?" So they find out that whatever they're working on, whatever banana fish is missing.
Presumably, this is what was in the file.
This is what was in the file, and Dino is no fool. He quickly puts together. It's just like, oh, I see. So Ash must have it at this point. They must have traded either words or he must have passed it off to him. And he's just like, huh, I'm gonna have to see him about that. So yeah, there's a scene, I don't know exactly where it fits in here, but there is a scene where Ash is dispensing street justice.
Yeah, I think that's directly after this.
It's a pretty good scene because also his gang is hilarious. So Banana Fish boldly assumes that a multi-ethnic street gang is likely. Like it's the fucking Warriors.
Diversity win,
Diversity win, I guess. But yeah, in this setting, Ash is doing a William Tell performance with the two guys that did a job for Dino. He basically just shoots directly on either side of their head, probably rendering them deaf, and drawing a little bit of blood. And he's and the guy's just like, no, please, God, don't kill us. And he's like, get out of my sight. And he turns to the rest of the assembled bangers and says, listen, we don't work for Dino. We deal with that organization as equals. If you want to be his lapdog, you go right ahead. And a guy from the side, of another blonde guy, who straight up looks like he evolved out of a Fist of the North Star villain. He is a no eyebrows, broomstick hair man.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Either that, you know what, he could very well be from Dorohedoro.
Actually, yeah, I could see that.
He kind of looks like that, but he says, well, you're the boss, of course. And he's just like, yeah, that's right, assuming you mean it. And as Ash walks away, we stay with this guy. And a black gentleman approaches him, and he's just like, do you think he's onto us? And he's just like, of course he's not onto us. And he's just like, yeah, of course. Like, he couldn't even hit him from that distance. And the first guy, the blonde guy, is just like, are you a fucking idiot? He missed them on purpose. I've never seen him miss a shot at under 25 yards.
Yeah. We're going to have a moment later on in the episode where he proves his sharpshooting too.
Sharpshooting. But he's just like, I do have a plan though. It's just like, oh shit, for real? He's just like, of course, I got to pay him back for these fingers. And you can see, in fact, that 3 of his fingers have circular scars around them. And I'm guessing Ash is the cause of.
There is a moment that someone says something later on in the episode.
The drunk guy got his fingers blown off. I don't know if they're actually the same guy. They could definitely be different guys.
They might be different guys, but I think that they put that through line in on purpose.
They could have put that through line in on purpose. Maybe. The only reason I have reservations about it is if you get your fingers blown off with a .357 Magnum, they don't go back on.
Yeah, but it's an anime, and they're not
They
being
don't go
especially
back on.
they're not being super realistic with some of the other stuff, so I'm just saying, you know.
They don't go
And
back on.
also maybe they were exaggerating the blown off
But
phrase. Maybe they didn't get blown
I
off.
suspect Ash just cut his fucking fingers off,
Maybe.
which is worse.
Pretty rough.
But you, what's worse, getting your fingers blown off while you're drunk, or your boss cut your fingers off with a paper cutter?
Gave him the Kaiji special. Okay, anyhow.
So, uh, yeah, after that, we have another meeting between Dino and Ash, always talking to the same characters in different places. But it is interesting because Dino is clearly aware that Ash knows what the deal is, and Ash is clearly aware that Dino probably knows that he knows, and they're both lying to each other.
Yeah, it's like a he knows that I know that he knows that I know that it's really funny. Also I need you to know that Dino has like a very luxurious Bengal cat, and it is very funny. It
I
made me
missed the cat
laugh.
entirely. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
He has a very luxurious lap cat.
But yeah, they're having this conversation, and he's just like, "What did that guy say to you?" And it's just like, "What guy?" It's like, "You know what I mean." He's just like, he said, "Taskate." By the way, there's a lot of gratuitous English
Yeah,
in the dub of the in the
in the
subs of
subs.
this. It's
It's pretty
really
funny.
funny.
I like it.
Uh, there's at one point later, AG says, "Oh, it's just like CSI."
Yeah, CSI New York.
New York. Because yeah, in one of these scenes, we do get the introduction of AG and the photographer man, whose fucking name I forgot, because they have just arrived from Japan. Yeah, they're walking into a police station to meet up with their the American end of this operation. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing here. It's not what it says on the tin,
Yeah,
because they have
no.
police support for this, so
Yeah.
they're lying to him.
I don't know. It's supposedly some sort of reporter thing, but it's not very clear. This is another thing that kind of happens in the speed of this episode. They're not thoroughly explaining these things, like,
I don't think they're supposed to thoroughly explain
and I don't.
anything.
You know, they don't have to. That's
I think
okay.
it's
I'm just
well, I
saying.
think it's supposed to play out over the course of a couple episodes that we find out like what the
Yeah,
fuck they're doing.
yeah. You know, that's fair
Um,
enough. But
because I don't think they're just photographers.
yeah, I mean, and you're not gonna get the answer. You're not gonna get a lot of answers in the
But
first.
yeah, they come in and they introduce themselves to the American police, who immediately mistake uh, AG as the other guy's like son, and he's just like, "No, I'm his assistant. I'm 19," and they're just like, "Damn, you're 19."
You got a baby face.
And then one of the cops just goes like, "You know what? That's pretty. You know what? That's pretty useful because they don't usually trust adults." Uh, and but we missed it. We missed an important scene, and the important scene was Ash leaving Dino's place. Because as he leaves Dino's place, he runs into Marvin again, and he snipes at him again. But whenever he leaves, the camera stays by Marvin because the other guy, the blonde guy from the street gang, rolls up on him and just says, "Hey, have I got a deal for you?"
Yeah, it's shady shit time.
We're doing betrayals. Uh, because there's a tiny little scene between Marvin and Dino where Dino's basically just like, "Yeah, he definitely has it." Now that occurs just after this because Ash goes immediately back home to see Skip and everything, and he's just like, "Yeah, they tossed my apartment," and Skip's just like, "Doesn't it always look like this?" And he's just like, "I can tell." And right after that, we cut back to Dino, and it's just like, yeah, he didn't have anything in his apartment. And he's just like, he's already hidden it, hasn't he? All right. I should have expected that. Okay, Marvin, do whatever you want to him. Just make him talk. And that's rough.
Yeah, it's not great.
So Marvin and the blonde guy from the street gang are they're gonna do horrors on him. Uh, After this, uh, he what is his name? Skipper tells him, "Oh, those Japanese guys are here," and he's just like, "Oh yeah." And we cut back to the Japanese guy's perspective, where they're going into a basement bar off of a street in New York.
We're gonna get into it right
And
away
they're
with
just like
them.
the older guy's just like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Charlie's right out here. He'll come rushing in if anything bad happens." And they step down here and there, and they see a pretty typical American dive bar that is
Yeah.
presented like it's horrifying.
It's really funny. I'm just like, wow, looks not too
I'm
bad
just
in
like,
there.
this looks like an okay watering hole. Yeah. Oh, they got pool. The guys here are really big. Oh, damn, I wonder what kind of creatine they're taking, but whatever. And yeah, the two Japanese guys are petrified at this, but they uh, they set up to do their interview with Ash, and a series of funny things happens here, because like uh, AG is basically our secondary protagonist, from what I'm led to understand.
Yeah, it seems like it.
He's clearly definitely into Ash in like a
Yeah.
gay way.
Yeah, we're gonna oh yeah, for sure.
um, and this plays out like a very weird meet.
He's like, wow, is that a real gun?
But yeah, they take a moment to talk to him, and they're just like, "Can we take some?" He's just like, "You're here to ask me questions, aren't you?" He's just like, "Well, can we take some pictures first?" And he's just like, "Not of the face." So he goes and sits at the bar while the older guy sets up a shot of him. And while they're doing that, AG sees his gun poking out the back of his jeans. By the way, don't put a 357 Magnum in the back of your jeans without an interior holster. I don't think he's wearing an in the band holster for this. I think he just has the gun shoved into his pants. This is a bad idea. Um, but yeah, he sees the gun there, and he can't control his mouth in this situation. He goes, "Wow, is that a real gun?" And everybody looks at him like he's fucking crazy. And he just says, "Oh, like real guns in Japan are very illegal, so I've never seen one. Could I hold it?" And the room is just silent until Ash just goes, "Yeah, sure." And he hands him the gun, and he takes it very respectfully. He's just like, "Wow, it's heavy. Thank you for trusting me with it."
And
And he
hands it
hands
right
it
back.
back.
Hmm.
And then like Skipper pulls him away for a second. He's like, "Let me buy you a drink." Skipper's like 12, by the way.
Yeah.
But he pulls him over to the side, uh, and he's got him two drinks, and he's just like, "Wow, I can't believe you did it." He's like, "What do you mean? Ash doesn't let anybody touch his gun. Like the last time a drunk guy tried, he got his fingers blown off." And he's just like, "Oh, thanks for telling me that now."
Takes a sip. Is this real
And he's just
alcohol?
like, "This is real alcohol." And it cuts across to Skipper, and he's just like, "It's just a rum and coke."
Very funny.
This child is drinking.
Oh yeah.
uh, and the older photographer wanders back over, and he's just like, you got some questions answered?" And he's just like, "Not really." He's not much of a talker. uh, and right then we cut back to Ash at the bar, and he actually gets a call on his cell phone, and he picks it up, and it's Wong, and Wong immediately says, "You got to get out of there." He's just like, "What do you mean?" It's just, I forget, the other guy's name. Uh,
It's blonde guy,
it's
right?
blonde guy. It's just like blonde guy and Marvin are sending some guys over to fucking get you. And right when he says that, said guys kick in the door, and they just start laying about with baseball bats and shit.
Yeah, so we got a bar fight scene.
We got a bar fight scene. Um, this I feel like is more like informed by like Yakuza movies and shit. Because this kind of scene doesn't tend to play out in America like this. You usually don't get a dozen guys with baseball bats bursting into a bar at the same time to have a
Mm-hmm.
bar fight. Usually this ends up as a drive-by.
Yeah.
Or like two guys beating the shit out of you with a tire iron behind the bar.
Yeah, you get jumped or something.
But
Yeah.
yeah, not many raids in American crime as far as I know. But but yeah, this is a bar fight scene, and it's pretty exciting. It's pretty well executed. Everybody gets split up. AG gets split off from his mentor. Uh, Charlie and the police come barging in with guns, and they shoot and they fire off around into the ceiling, and it doesn't stop the fight. Uh, AG and Skipper go over the bar and they hide, and they're just like, all we have to do is just wait until Charlie gets this situation under control. And then the point of a knife comes in from the side of the screen, and there's a huge guy that's just like, don't move. And AG freaks out, so Skipper has to hit him over the head with a bottle of vodka.
And kicks him in the face and they
Kicks
run
him in the
away.
face, and he drags him out the service door. And while Ash is fighting people, he notices this, and he just goes, "Wait a second, shit! I understand what's happening here." And he just yells out, he's just like, "Skipper, no, it's a trap!" Because they
It's too
come out
late.
of a storm drain, and there's already two guys waiting there for them.
Yep.
And they immediately nab him and start shoving him into a car when Ash comes outside. And they get the photographer, they get fucking AG as well, because it's just like it's a 2-for-1. And they shove him in the car, and they're just like, come on, floor it, knowing that Ash will chase because he wouldn't abandon the boy. Ash, however, does stand in the middle of the street, pull his gun, slowly take aim, and kill the guy in the back seat.
He does shoot him.
He does
crazy.
just fully dome this guy.
Right next to AG, who gets splattered with the blood, and
With
he's like, "Oh
blood.
god, oh god, oh
Oh
god,
god,
oh
oh
my
god,
god,
oh
my
god. He did ask Ash if he had killed anybody before, and he went, yeah. This makes Ash's behavior early in the episode, where he said, "You promised not to kill anybody," very strange.
Yeah,
Because
maybe it's
Ash
like,
doesn't seem to be averse to shooting people in the back of the head.
maybe it's more like he doesn't apply the same rules to like citizens versus
He
other
doesn't,
gang
or maybe he
members,
doesn't
or
apply the same rules to like assassinations rather than
yeah,
fights.
maybe.
But yeah, the other guy goes, "Oh shit!" and he lifts AG's and Skipper's phones and throws them out the window. And we cut back to like Charlie and the cops, and they're trying to track their phones, and it immediately goes offline, and he goes, "Ah shit!" uh, Shorter Wong finally appears, and Ash immediately commandeers his motorcycle to chase them down, leading into the next episode because it's over. Pretty good cliffhanger.
A little bit of a preview. We're doing some Americans stereotyping Japanese people jokes.
There's some like metalcore emo
Yeah,
playing over this entire ending sequence.
it's pretty funny.
Uh, it's very funny. The Japanese stereotyping is a pretty funny series of jokes, but what it's playing over is actually kind of really fucking scary because it looks like Marvin is just straight up going to rape
Yeah,
him.
he's taking his fucking pants off, and I was like, "Oh no!"
This is gonna be bad.
Uh-oh.
So what do we think of Banana Fish?
I think that this it does set up some interesting through lines that I'm intrigued. I'm not sure how they can make 24 episodes out of this.
Well, it's a
So,
crime drama.
yeah.
Like you can spin crime drama out of nothing.
Yeah. The characters are fun. Apparently the manga is way older than I thought. It aired, or the manga was being published starting in 1985 and
Mhm.
ran till 1994, which makes it quite old. So
It's quite an old
I
manga.
wonder if that's where some of the weirdness with like some of the crime stuff, or I don't know. I don't know. But obviously it's adapted in a different way because they're including the Iraq War.
Yeah.
So there's
Well,
obviously some changes.
Actually, funny enough, the manga's timeline would have lined up with the Kuwait War, the
Fair.
original Iraq War.
You know, fair enough.
So
They didn't have to change
just
much with that.
slots right back to fuck in.
Anyhow, but yeah, I could see myself watching more of this.
I think it's really well animated. Character designs are Leo-esque, but you know what? It is
they know
what
they're doing. Yeah.
He's just a little long. But I think there's actually quite a bit more here for me than I thought there was. It seems that there's actually a pretty compelling crime drama going on here. I could be convinced to watch some more of this.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The only fault I really have with it is that I'm just not sort of a metalcore enjoyer.
Yeah.
It's not really my kind of thing.
Fair
I
enough.
think it's pretty funny. Put like English language emo music for the for the outro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd watch more of this.
Hell yeah.
And anyway, if you can tell me where to get some banana fish, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That is one the word, not the number. We are also on Twitter and Blue Sky. We are at One Episode Cast. I don't have a joke to go with
Smoking on that Iraqi pack that made me say banana fish.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
I'm moving different.
Oh man.
The Dom got me moving different.
We gotta get out of here. We can't.